It's your boy, the Bitcoin Nurse, back at you again. Just wanted to do another little instructional video, upgrade video on the NerdQaxe Plus. This is the very first miner I purchased through Bitronics. Very nice miner. It's been doing good. Added not to a front fan upgrade, as you can see. Really, besides that, I haven't done anything else. Originally, it came in one of the black enclosed cases, which was really cool. Unfortunately, the temperatures were getting a little on the warmer side since I was kind of pushing it. No fault of Bitronics, but they were nice enough to send this nice 3D printed stand. Purple color I thought was really nice. It actually matches the board adapter for the cooler, which is pretty cool. So just want to do a little breakdown video of this miner, do a little basic cleaning, and also just kind of show what it would be like to upgrade to some copper heat sinks. So let's go ahead and get it started. Alrighty, so we got all of our tools set up. So what you're gonna need to kind of do a basic breakdown of the NerdQaxe Plus miner is first and foremost, pair of needle nose pliers. It's gonna help get the existing heat sinks off to put on the copper one, so you will need just a basic pair of pliers. Tweezers. Helps with removing the backing off the 3M adhesive tape off the copper heat sinks. I'm a dude, I don't have any fingernails. Some Q-tips, just for basic cleaning. And then some cleaning wipes. These are some Noctua cleaning wipes. I think they're really just alcohol wipes. But this is just to remove some dust, and any residual residue when we take off the heat sinks. So, got them off Amazon. I think they were $7. There you go. Set that aside. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and tweezers. There's a little plastic clip right here, as you can see, and you're just barely barely even put a little pressure there, and it just removed out of that channel. So we took that off. As you're gonna see, this fan is not the slimline. This is a regular thickness, thick boy that you would have on a PC. You can also see the dust collecting in there. So it's got two clips that are on the radiator. We just want to pop those off. So very gently. There you have it. Radiator fan clips. Take those off. As you can see, it doesn't take much. Take it off. We're just going to kind of do a gentle wiping down of the fan. And guys, if you have these miners, I know this is going to appear intimidating a little bit, especially if you have not worked, messing with computer parts before, building a computer. But don't be intimidated. It's very simple. There's a lot of videos out on YouTube. Mine are not the best at all. But, I'm just kind of giving y'all the information that I have. and you know, do with what you want with it. As you can see, just some basic little wipe down. You don't want to get any moisture into the connections, of course, so just avoid the connector. But essentially you're just dusting this off. You want to keep it clean. Not too a fan. If you're wondering which one I have upgraded with, the NF-A9 pulse width modulation PWM fan. Look that up on Amazon or Noctua's website. Got the miner here. And guys, I think I cleaned this maybe a week or two ago. You know, I dust my place fairly regularly. But, you know, these are literally sucking in air, dust. So you're gonna have to get in there and do some cleaning. All right, set that aside. Another Q-tip. Let me get one more tool. Be right back with you. All right, right back at you. Need to get a little bristle brush. I have not used this on anything else before. If you have an old toothbrush, that'll work too. This is for cast iron skillet cleaning. The Lodge, excellent cast iron skillets, by the way. I just never used it, so we're gonna use it on this radiator. I'm not being super aggressive here, but I mean, I'm just putting a little bit of pressure to get that dust out. I mean, you can see a difference there. Kind of get this a light wipe down with the alcohol wipe. Being careful not to squeeze on the alcohol wipe and putting or dripping any excess moisture onto the board. You don't want to do that, that'd be bad. But you're just doing a little cleaning here. Get our brush again. It's like cleaning a car radiator, right? Kind of, maybe. I don't know. Looks a lot better. Set all this aside. Okay. Next step. Let's go ahead and get this board removed from the stand, the actual miner. What are we gonna need for that? You're gonna need a screwdriver. That Phillips head. There's 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you're wondering why we're gonna remove this, as you can see, there's some heat sinks in here. I want to look at replacing those with copper. So let's go ahead and get this unscrewed. Two. Three. And then you just want to keep a good hold on it since this is the last screw. You don't want it to fall or anything like that. And there we go. Give it a little dusting real quick. So this is actually made by Bitronics, 3D printed. That's where the miner came from. The NerdQaxe Plus came from Bitronics out of Barcelona, Spain. They make excellent quality stuff. The stand's nice. It's made for a plus plus or a plus. So we'll set that back here. And then we've actually got the miner. So taking a look, we have some heat sinks here on the rear, which we may replace with some coppers. But before we do that, I want to replace these two right here. This is what we're going to need. Needle nose pliers. And actually, I was able to actually remove them with my fingers. So we'll go ahead and just set those aside. We're actually just gonna get rid of those. I won't be reusing them. But let's go ahead and get a fresh wipe, not to a thermal clean wipe, alcohol pad. And we want to very lightly, since this has got a lot of I'm gonna give a little just a little wipe there. You don't want to scratch this VR, so it's just, it's clean. Let's see. Let's take a look and see what we have here. Copper cooling heat sinks. I got these off Amazon.com. Amazon.com, like y'all don't know where Amazon is. Shit. It's been a long day. Let's see, these are the big ones I have. I don't have I'm just trying to see if I have enough heat sinks here to adequately do the job. Which I think I do. I don't know. You can get a pair of dental floss underneath here. Let's go ahead and work with the front first. So for the front, we want to replace 2 voltage regulator heat sinks with upgraded copper heat sinks. And to do that, we're going to need a couple small about like that to go there. So tweezers. I think this is a 4 centimeter, and that's gonna go about just like that. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and start peeling this off. This has 3M thermal adhesive tape on there. It's a good quality product. Some of the cheaper copper heat sinks may have some generic tape, and the tape is really one of the most important things for heat dissipation off the chip. So we're just gonna kind of work to get this lined up the best we can. And once you get it where you want it, you just kind of press down lightly on it. Give it a small little smidgy twist to kind of lock it on. And that's all you gotta do. Got one done. We're gonna do 2. All right. And we have the second one on there. It looks like it's where we want it. Press down. Yeah. And you're good. Okay. Those 2 are on there. Okay, let me go ahead and get some floss and see what I can do, work with this. Be right back at you. Okay, your boy, the Bitcoin Nurse, is back at you. Like any nurse, sometimes you gotta work in the mouth. Gotta have some floss around. And in this case, it helped out. So get you a little bit of floss, get up around the corners here. If you need to remove anything off, you know, your current heat sinks. And then once you do, get you a little tweezer, just very lightly, or a flathead, very lightly, underneath that edge, just to kind of unseat that glue. And look at that. Hardly any residue even left. We're just gonna go ahead and put that over there on the trash pile. Thermal paste wipe. Very lightly. Now we need to okay. Make sure that's nice and dry. Yes, it is. Let's go ahead and take a look at our potential size pieces that we will use. Okay. Could potentially use one in there, one here, like that. And then I could do additional there. Or I think I can do one like that. And potentially one like that. You know, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. You know, we just want to get this area where the voltage regulators are at. So we're going to go ahead and get some installed here. Let me get this started. Be right back with you. All right, guys, we are back at you. I think I've constructed my Jenga block like I want it. We're going to go with 4 pieces, 4 copper heat sinks on the back. So we'll go ahead and get started installing these. Just pulling that top layer off. Tweezers really help when you don't have fingernails. Okay. Guys, don't forget to follow the Bitcoin Nurse on X. Also, you can follow the Bitcoin Nurse here on YouTube. I highly recommend you do that. We're throwing down some good educational content with Bitcoin home solo lottery mining. There's a lot of information out there, a lot of different, niche components of Bitcoin and this and that. This is something that interests me, and something to just, share with others. So. It looks like my light has just died, so I apologize, but it got a little bit more dim in here. So just kind of bear with me. Not a professional YouTuber. Don't pretend to be. Three out of four. And you want to be careful when you're installing this here on the top, not to put too much pressure here, because there's no support here. So you don't want to damage any of these components from pressing too hard. So you just want to lightly apply pressure. Yeah. And that's what you have. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting the process of getting the stand back on. Be right back with you. All right, guys, we are back. As you can see, copper heat sinks have been installed to the rear of the NerdQaxe Plus by Bitronics out of Barcelona, Spain. I think you can find them at bitronics.store. That's their website. Also got the copper heat sinks here on the front. Looking good. All right, next stop, putting this back on here. So to do that, we just want to line up these holes like such. There we go. I'm going to put it in the hole. I hope you all have enjoyed this video tonight. If you found value out of it, like, subscribe. The Bitcoin Nurse on YouTube, X. It's much appreciated. My more info, as you can see, that's why you want to start the screw. But you can get more information and details about the miner, the fan, the Noctua fan, just more of the specifics about what we're working with here is in the description, along with information about my channel as well. So get the first screw started here. That way we've got a base point here at the bottom. Get another screw going. I'm going to put this one up here in the top left-hand corner. You don't want to put too much pressure on these screws. It's not about putting a complete monkey death grip on it. You know, these, you don't want to strip out any of the screws or the threads in the sand. This is all part of regular maintenance, so you're going to be taking these in and out, or you should be, kind of routine. You know, I don't do any real edits to these videos. I think maybe I did a couple of pauses. You know, like I said, I'm not trying to do a, you know, professional studio quality job here. I'm just giving y'all the raw, real information as I give it to you when I get off work, as my time allows. If you find value, you can send me some sats at TheBitcoinNurse at getalby.com or TheBitcoinNurse at strike.me. And those are also in the description as well. Now you can see the board is on. Stand. You can see those heat sinks. There is a slight gap between the heat sinks and the stand. It's very slight. I can see the light, so it does allow airflow. And then you can see on the front as well. I wish Bitronics, you had put more material here so I could put a secondary fan. I think there's slip-ons that can go on here, if you know what I'm saying. That can go on right here. Put a fan right here. Okay. I don't know, you tell me. Go ahead and connect our fan. I say connect it first, that way you know exactly how the orientation needs to go back on the radiator. I think we had it just like such. Yeah.